If you watch my last challenge video, you will notice I ended up in a loss. It was so discouraging. I wanted to end the challenge anyways, but no, I started a challenge and I must fulfill it. I must finish it. So let's move to today's challenge. Today's challenge, I took 6 trades, 4 wins and 2 losses. In this video, I'll walk you through my strategy and setup on each loss and each win. Concerning my strategy, I make use of pure price action and stochastic oscillator for divergence to detect divergence. And I trade on a 1 minute expiration time. So let's come. Okay, I can see an opportunity here. We have a reversal pattern, but it is at a strong resistance zone. So what I just need to do is see, I can see it struggling. I do not always really like taking trades after doji, but I expect this to sell. Friends, I knew I was expecting to sell, but I didn't take the trade because I was not completely sure about the trade. And I don't want to take trades that I'm 50 about it. I want to be very, very sure about the trade before I enter it. I'm going to follow the buyers here. Here's an opportunity for me to follow the buyers. That's if it doesn't break this. So, with my first trade here. So, the trade was a win. I done in first session. This was a winning trade. No, my first session was on this trade here, and I won this trade. It was a doji. That was a very, very close score. I could have also lost it, but I won it. The candlestick pattern was a support and resistance price action. I thought it was a strong. I thought it was a strong support signal, so I had to take a buy. I was really confident about it. That's why I took this trade. I've seen so many opportunities, but I didn't take it because I was not so confident about it. Lessons learned is always trade a strong support and resistance region. It was definitely going in an uptrend, so I had to make sure I follow the trend when I'm trading. Yes, my decision was a buy, and the trade went as expected, and I had a win. So yes, an opportunity and catch GPY, although this is a little bit far from my zone. But what I can see here is a reversal pattern, and if this comes to form a red bearish hammer, if the buyers here can push this candle to form a red bearish hammer, I'll take a buy. Or if it comes down to this line, I will take a buy. But if not, I just have to wait. Then I have an opportunity here, and I think I will take. I don't want to take it. I should have taken it, but I don't want to have this fear of missing out. And I could look at the time. The time I would have taken it would not be enough for me, and I would have lost the trade. I would have taken a sell here, but this is an uptrend. Now really dangerous to go against the trend, especially seeing this is from like a morning star. But one thing that I wanted to test back to this level, or maybe to test to this level, either one of them, and I go with buyers. So let's take our buy. Shit, my entry was bad because I thought it would close here. I could lose this trade because this is an engulfing pattern, which means the trade would sell. If I win this trade, it's pure grace, not luck, grace, God's grace. That's why I win this trade because this line will not act as resistance. But because of the annual trend, I might be just lucky enough. So guys, so here's the result of the second session. It was a loss. Unfortunately, the last candle just betrayed me at the last second. It happens. It also happens. I had a loss. How do I feel? Yes, I felt a little sad. I'm hoping for a good entry next time. Lesson learned. Next time, wait a second after close of candle. Like, wait for the last second confirmation before entering the trade. So, let's go in for our third trade in the second session. So I'm here my trade manager and I want to set this as a loss. And my new trade amount is 3.69. Here is a trade here, a possible trading opportunity. I've drawn my trend line, and if this candle here ends just below this the resistance level, I'm going to take a sell because first the trend is now moving in a downtrend, and if it ends just below, we have a doji here, so I believe this is a very strong resistance point. If it ends just below it, then I'm going to take a strong sell. So let's wait. But if it crosses it, I will just have to wait. And if it's too far from it, just like now, I'm not taking a trade. But I should take a sell here, but I don't like taking my trades at the middle of the candle. It's only at at the close or the beginning of the new candle. So let's wait for this candle to close just below this point and I take a sell. So let's go to sell out here. This is a risky trade. Why? I'm taking a sell at a reversal point. But why I took the trade is because this is a strong resistance point and this is my trend line going down. Wow, that's two loss. Let's take our second loss here. Okay, guys, this trade I literally lost here. I could have looked at the candlestick pattern and just do not take the trade. This was a reversal pattern, a strong buy, yeah, a strong buy candles, and I decided to take against it. And that's because I was trying to follow the trend. The best place I could have taken this trade was at the swing eye. At the swing eye. That's where I believe the sell zone would have been stronger. So that's where my mistake was, and I've learned from my mistake. If I lose this next trade, if I lose this next trade, then I end at another 20% loss. So last scenario, I hope not. Let's see and let's figure this out. Okay, so guys, now my next trading amount will be 7.70. Oh, that's a lot of money that is gonna be on the risk. But let's see how we're going to do that. Okay, let's go there and input our price now. Okay, guys, I noticed something in this chart. This price here refused to form a lower low, and our stochastic is forming a higher low. That means the price wants to go up. This trade is gonna buy for sure because this is where the resistance point is. But I can see a 200 number at this point, 200 number at this point. So there possibly this could push it down, but I'm expecting this candle here to be a green. If not, yeah, because right from experience, I every time I see a strong green candle and an inverted hammer closely beside each other, most likely the next candle always buy. But if it doesn't buy, say we have a doji, most likely always buy. And if it doesn't buy, that means this is a very, very strong resistance point. So let's say I'm gonna take my trade. And I hope I'm gonna win this trade so I can start my third session and take a break before I do my last oh, second. Okay, sorry. I'll take a break before I do my last session. Hello guys, in one of the other pairs, CatJPY, sometimes ago I'd set just this demand zone here and see price. See what it's doing? Didn't touch my demand zone. And if I check my 5 minutes time frame, I won't set it to this point. I won't set it to this point in my 5 minutes time frame. I wanted a sniper entry, but so let's see if it comes down back here. If I could make a trade. This is a strong buy opportunity. Broke above, but I will not take this trade because I don't like the rounded number I'm seeing here. Don't like this rounded number I'm seeing here. It could push this trade back down. I'm going to become a sell. So let's just wait and see. Hello guys, remember this trade I said is going to start moving in an uptrend. I want to do a lower time frame confirmation to see how the pair is moving. It's moving sideways and Right now, it is in my zone. If I see a strong reversal pattern, I will take the trade. Do oh no, I'm just waiting for a strong reversal pattern. If I see a strong reversal pattern, I will take the trade. Yes. So let's go. Oh shit! I didn't look at the timing. But let's hope this trade goes well. I wanted to take this trade on rejection. But let's hope. As my prayer, hoping this trade goes well. If it doesn't go well, then I'm so sorry. I didn't look at my timing. I wanted to take this trade at the close of this candle. Then, oh no. Last 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 7 seconds, 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1. I was so hyped that I would lose this trade. For real. For real, I was that I would lose this trade. I took it as a reversal confirmation. But what I wanted was for my trade to close at just this region, but I was not paying attention to my timing up yet. So that's why I had to wait till this next candle. And it's because this time, this is because this zone is a very, 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 very strong support zone. That's why I was just lucky enough to book profits on this trade. Okay, so we are going to journal. Oh, I didn't take a screenshot, and that's because I didn't take a screenshot. That's because I was so tense. Sorry, don't mind. The whole emotions is high right now that I didn't lose that trade. I didn't lose that trade, but let's. Okay, guys, this was a trade that scared the shit out of me. I took the trade just in this zone, and I was lucky that I took the trade just in that zone because I almost lost the trade. This was a very, very strong support support region. Well, I was expecting at some point I thought it would not hold because it has had so many touches. Count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 touches should be enough to break and make this zone weak. But it was able to hold and I was able to book profit on that trade. So I'm still going to my third and fourth session and hopefully this trade ends in profit. So my journal, yes, the candlestick pattern was price action. And how did I feel? I was happy, very happy. The trade scared the shit out of me. And the lesson I learned, the most important lesson I learned in this trade was trade as strong support zones and also pay close attention to candle close, the timing of the candle close. The market trend was a downtrend, but it has showed a form of divergence that it wants to form an uptrend. So I was more paying more attention to that support because I knew buyers are ready to set in. Trade went as expected. Yes, went as expected, but scared the shit out of me. And the trade was a win. It was a win. If this candle respects just this line, we expect it, then I will go with buyers. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, then let's go. Okay. I just remember I broke one of my rule about taking a trade after a doji. That's if I lose this trade, that's my fault because I told myself, don't take trades after you see a doji. I got so carried away with the support region. And I'm hoping I win this trade. Just hoping I win this. I'm lucky because why I don't take a trade after a doji is these doji points are always strong resistance. So even though I thought that if this trade wanna go up, the doji will trade against might push it down. But if I win this trade, yeah, I'll be lucky. And I won the trade. I won the trade. So guys, I'm in my journal, and so let's create a new session and input the screenshots. Okay, so guys, the candle pattern or the signal I saw was my support price action. I saw that the doji expected the support as a strong support, and that was why I followed with a buy. Even regardless that I didn't follow one of my rules about taking a pause. I totally forgot about it. And I feel glad. How do I feel? I feel glad that the trade came through because I thought, yes, I must have, yeah, fucked up, but I didn't. And the lesson learned about this trade is always follow the trend and take a pause. Don't trade after a doji candle. Yes, don't trade, just wait for the next candle confirmation. It's actually the safest thing to do. Market trade is an uptrend. Support and resistance. The market trade was an uptrend. And I feel like the support. What went wrong? Yeah, as I said earlier. So let's take a look at. So here was the trade I won. This was a doji, and we saw the pull down. But what saved me was, remember what I said earlier about this path being a very, very strong resistance zone because we have a doji. It also applies to this place. So that was I was able to get my lucky saver and push this trade up above. See. Now, there's an opportunity to take a sell. Very, very good opportunity because buyers are entering a zone, and if they refuse to break this zone, it's time to go with sellers. This last session was I'm very, very glad I sales. I'm very, very glad I had a successful session. And the key lesson for this trade is to always trade at key support and resistance levels and follow the trend. Always follow with the trend. And if you're going to go against the trend, make sure you have a reversal confirmation. I took my trade at a resistance level. I sold and the trade went as expected. I got a win. I got a win. Okay, let me show the chart of the win. This was the trade I took. And yes, this was a very, very strong, a key level support, key level support. But it's a full downtrend. There was not yet a change of character, although yet I have seen a divergence at this point that yes, it wants to be going to an uptrend. I figured that these are weeks, shows that this place is filled with sellers. And I knew this candle will hold. This candle will hold. It will hold because of see this big rejection here and see our candlestick the color referencing a green, a red, a green, a red, and the last green, definitely we had confidence that this candle will sell. Okay. If you watch through the whole video, you'll notice how emotional I was through my wins and through my losses, especially through my last loss and my last two wins. I was so emotional, I was so happy, and I was so glad at the same time. So now let's move to the lessons I personally learned during this last trading session. In this last trading session, one of the lessons I learned is to always trade at strong support and resistance line. It is very, very important to trade at strong support and resistance zones because that way you can able to make good trades that comes according to your prediction. You have a very high win rate if you trade on those zones. And also, one key lesson is don't trade after a doji. Yes, unless you are very sure. You can trade after a doji if you wish, unless you are very sure. I personally do not like trading after a doji, but I did today because my mind wasn't there. I am human, you know. And one more thing is, if you use flag mode, not the normal 1 minute expiration time like I use, you need to make sure you are going through or you're checking the time before you enter each trade. For like one of my trades that I took, I wanted to take a sniper shot on a candle to trade a trade rejection as the candle entered my support region. Because I was also aware of the time frame, my trade started on a new candle, which it was so close to a loss, but I won. Thanks so much for following the challenge. I have a question for you. What would you have done differently in any of my trades? Do you have any advice you would give me to improve the way I make my entries on a trade? I really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscription button, click the notification bell so that you can be aware of my next challenge video. Thank you very much. Bye.